This was my face throughout the episode. I don't understand the weird rules about food on this show. And also, this is my face anytime Kary's on my screen. Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, I am super excited to be covering Real Housewives of Dallas, Season 5, Episode 6. Another one bites the crust. P.S. I love that title. Weird episode. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what we thought about this one. Hey guys, I just want to take a second and say if you're enjoying this show, please check out my Patreon. Go to patreon.com, search Real Housewives Recaps, or check the comments below and I'll put a link. And for $1 a week, you can support my show and get 4 bonus episodes per month. I'm covering Scary Island, like the greatest season of Real Housewives of New York. So check it out. Thanks so much. You guys, so much to unpack on this episode, and really not that much. I want to talk about the husbands first. Let's talk about the husband. Kim from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills made that famous. Okay. Daniel is the only husband I like so far of the series. I used to be okay with Travis. Travis is coming off like a D-head this season. I used to be indifferent about Court. Court's not coming off great this season. I'm not blaming the edit. I'm saying they're like showing their true colors or something. Travis is treating Stephanie not great about her nonprofit. He's giving her a hard time. How do you give somebody a hard time about nonprofit? Court is treating Cam like a kid and leaving her out of the house dealings and joking about it in front of the kids. Deandra's husband's coming off like a perv. Like, these guys suck. Daniel's the only one I can get on board with so far, and the reason is because he kind of just goes along with whatever Tiffany wants to do. I'm here for that. So Tiffany has decided she wants to have all the girls over. She wants to have a fun pizza night. Okay. That would be all well and good if Tiffany didn't have these insane rules about food. This show is making me so weirded out about these food rules and about drinking rules. And what I mean is, Tiffany keeps pushing food on people and Kary keeps pushing alcohol on people. And they both find the other one annoying, and I find it funny that what they hate in the other person they do as well. But it's weird. I mean, I'm jumping out of order because, let's face it, this episode was just meh. So we're going to talk about it, and I'm a weird eater myself, and I don't like things that a lot of people like mayonnaise, let's say. So I don't want somebody pushing mayonnaise on me or pushing this on me. So, like at the pizza thing, she's pushing the pizza on everybody, and they weren't into it. We find out why they weren't into it, and we'll get into that. But I love Cam. She said it best. Let people eat what they want to eat. Like, whatever. But the same thing goes to Kary with pushing alcohol all the time. It's weird. I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing. But to me, when somebody is pushing alcohol so hard, it reminds me of the Ramona thing where she allegedly potentially had a drinking problem. So she'd like push wine on everybody else. So that way it didn't look like it was just her drinking. That's where my head goes with that. Okay. A lot going on here. Cam is still my favorite. She's silly. She's says some funny things, but she kind of gives me the comic relief I'm looking for on this show. Court, I don't understand at all. I'm going to be horrible here and think he's just a little weasel. Like, he's not attractive. He's not got the personality. I don't get him. He really pissed me off in the way he's treating Cam in this episode. I understand that it might be something in their relationship where, it's just something they joke about, fine. But I just didn't like where he was involving the kids and talking down to Cam. He's treating her like a little kid with not telling her. He said, I'm not going to tell you until we have an offer on the house. Now, I understand she herself was admitting she has anxiety about it, and she worries until it's done. So maybe he is protecting her and they're joking around, but he came off slimy this episode. I do want to talk about Fancy real quick. that just cracked me up. She's like, I'm trying to train fancy. And then, like, they get down to it. And she's like, well, I haven't been doing all the stuff we're supposed to do. That guy made that whole huge list of things to do. And she's like, nah. So he gave her a C+, the dog trainer. Okay, Stephanie's office. So this pissed me off, too. I sound pissed. I'm really not. But I just don't. I love Stephanie. I think she's doing amazing things, and this is an amazing cause she's taken upon herself to work on. And Travis is just, I think he thinks he's joking, but he's not coming off good at all. Like, she's trying to do this great thing, and all he can do is critique everything. Well, he's had how many years in business to get this right? She's been at home raising the children, and she's figuring this stuff out. It's part of setting up a business. And it took her, 10 days to get set up, and he's giving her a hard time about that. And I'm thinking, seriously, dude? Like, she's trying to do a good thing here. He did bring her a big bouquet of flowers. Cool. Don't think it makes him look like less of a dick. All right. So we see a montage of people getting ready for pizza. All right. So Tiffany sends out this thing saying that the party has to be wrapping up at 10:30. Cool. Totally get it. She's a doctor. We know. We've heard. But I think, again, I'm a Cam fan. She says it best. She's like, this is not good etiquette. I just think it kind of puts a damper on the party before you even get started. There's ways to let people know. Start it early or whatever. And just let them know. Just say, hey, I do need to wrap. I can't stay up super late, but let's have a good time. You don't need to send out a text beforehand. The whole thing was silly. This shoe cover thing, I don't know. Personally, I thought it was silly. I get it. She's a doctor. She's nervous. I just thought it was a weird storyline, truthfully. It didn't really bother me either way. It's her house. It's a beautiful house. Whatever she wants to do. Maybe she has white carpet. Who knows? But where it did bother me is, again, I'm jumping all around, but I'm pissed, so I'm going to, is when Brandy was getting sick and she was about to throw up, and Tiffany had to stop her to tell her to put on her shoe covers. P.S. I don't want to talk through this part. Here's the closet porn. This is an amazing closet. I can give Tiffany a hard time about a lot of things, and she really does kind of bug me on some things. But damn, I love this closet. Look at these bags. Closet porn. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful. It's like pieces of art. Okay. I want to raid this closet. I can't fit in anything she has, but I want to raid it. I want to steal all those bags. Gorgeous. Love it. It looks like a fancy store or something. I thought it was really funny when Cam grabs the rose Birkin and is holding it over Tiffany's head. We find out that one alone was $24,000. Must be nice. Okay. Let's see here. So, I don't know. I mean, the party. So, it was just a weird party, truthfully. I don't know what it was supposed to be. I guess it was just guys to get everybody together, to get everybody over to her house. But the whole time she's talking about how she doesn't like people at her house. And she kicks it off on the wrong foot by doing the time thing. And then when Kary and Brandy arrive, she starts talking and says, it's make your own pizza night. And that sounds like a fun, chill night. I would love to go somewhere and make my own pizza. Great, okay. But then it turns into this food contest, and they ask her, well, because she talks about giving a prize to the winner that makes the best pizza, and they want to know, well, who's the judge? And she says, well, you'll just have to be honest on the best pizza. I know that's really hard in this group. It was unnecessary. I just didn't love that. And then she puts out these other rules. She's talking about the booties and the length of the party, and that's not a great way to start off a party. Okay, so they get their aprons. Oh, it's, we're still celebrating Cary's birthday, so they brought her a 50th piñata. They go out, they hit it. There's a riddle inside of it, and it leads to the next adventure. Well, it turns out they're going to Austin, and they're going to go on a trip. They're going to do a girls' getaway. It looks like a beautiful house they're renting on the water. So they're all so excited. So they put on their aprons. The chef is showing all the ingredients. Tiffany wants the group to explore new culinary palettes. Okay. This is where I have a problem. She brings out the crickets. And cool, if you want to eat crickets, great. Go for it. There they are. But I'm not trying to make a big deal out of it. She's playing a prank, fine. Nobody died. I get it. But I don't find food pranks funny. Like, I just didn't think this was necessary. I thought it was over the top. She hid crickets in her pizza. We all knew where this is going. I saw it coming, but it was just weird. She was getting everybody to eat pieces of everybody else's pizza, and I'm thinking, then what's the point of making it the way you want it? Like, you can eat your own pizza. Let's see. Oh, we learned a little bit about Tiffany's wine. It's something that her husband is into. It's where he proposed to her. So I almost said they brew. That's not right. They make their own wine. Cool. Tiffany she talks about having to learn English at 6 years old. We find out Kary was about 15, I think she said, maybe 16 when she learned English. That's got to be an incredibly daunting task. That's awesome that they were able to do that. Okay, so let's move on to Brandy. Brandy says, I don't like pizza. I'm not a big bread person. So we find out that right off the bat. P.S. Who's not a bread person? My God, I'd eat a whole French baguette right now. Okay. So she threw in everything that reminds her of the group. She goes over and she's like, you're saucy and mushrooms are for Deandra. Well, the producer asked Deandra, have you ever tried mushrooms? And she's like, I've done all the drugs. Deandra bugs me, and she has bugged me before, but I'm kind of loving her this season. She kind of is going through that LeeAnne thing where she's like, let's be all cool, don't be all uncool, with the drug. I've done the drugs. Okay, cool. At least she's being honest. So they vote, and Cam says she likes a lot of pepperonis, and that she was very articulate in her placement. And Tiffany says, you were articulate? And Cam asks, and I thought Cam handled this pretty good. She asked Tiffany, does it make you feel better to talk down to people? And she's like, no, I'm not talking down to you, girl. I think she was. Cam's example of her intelligence, I love this. She's explained when the pandemic hit, nobody had toilet paper. So she looked up pink toilet paper and found a full stock. I was just laughing, thinking, oh my gosh, what does that septic system look like? What's going on there? Pink toilet paper, I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, Tiffany finally reveals that, hey guys, I made you guys eat all this pizza. Well, there were crickets in my pizza. She said, you all ate some crickets. I had them all over my pizza. And she said she's done it. She's outpranked the prankster. And they're like, no, you didn't. And she's like, yeah, I did. Brandy starts freaking out, saying she was going to throw up. And normally I find fault with Brandy, especially this season, but it's not her fault. That's not cool. You don't trick somebody about food. Like, I just did not love this at all. I didn't think it was funny. I mean, yeah, Brandy was probably being dramatic with the crickets, but I just don't think you should trick somebody about food. So Brandy goes to throw up. That's when Tiffany stops her and makes her put on booties. Ridiculous. Brandy should have just thrown up on the back porch. So she goes to the bathroom and she throws up. And Brandy to camera says, if I fed her a turd and she didn't know, she'd be mad. We unfortunately get to hear very loud Brandy barfing. So Kary comes in and says, that was really rude. And Tiffany's back at the table saying, I feel bad. Well, you should feel bad, Tiffany. Deandra is saying Kary's making a big deal out of it and she needs to stay out of it. Brandy says she's conflicted about the prank, but she's a chicken shit and she didn't say anything to Tiffany because of her history. And Cam set an alarm for 10:22 and she's like, 8 minutes till Tiffany melts. So Tiffany says it wasn't a good party. No, Tiffany, you freaked it up. Like, you messed it up. You made all these rules. And then you pranked people with crickets. All right, and then we see a flash to next time. There's a party bus with a blow-up doll. They go to that house that they got for Cary's birthday because Cary's birthday celebration is apparently never going to end. And it's Kary versus Deandra. We know this has been coming to a head, but it looks like it's really boiling. So Deandra ends up telling Kary to go F herself at dinner. So I'm here for it. I think Kary should go F herself. She's driving me crazy this season. I can't wait to see what happens. And that's it for the episode. Weird episode. A lot of talk about food, but let me know your thoughts below. Let me know what you think of the season. Let me know what you think of the episode. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys stay healthy and safe and have a fantastic week. And I'll be back soon. Take care. Bye-bye.